to the listeners and supporters, fans, well, wishes, we in our Salon Talk Forum where they deal with issues, comment, and analysis. Today, one tell God thank you, one tell God thank you, one tell God thank you. Because this is another beautiful, beautiful day where you don't give it, hold on gap. I believe say today now, Thursday, January 30, 2025. The new year, I know the new year of the new month, I know the also. God, thank you for this. Today, the discussion we can't get now, it get for be an update on the embassy business, that Guinea, this drug business. And should I not say, me na a journalist na Guinea, essentially what this means, when the guys can get information, then they bring them to me. Because when I don't do the program now, I they send them back to them. So waiting them will streamline that. So yesterday, as a matter of fact, this morning there, I get a call from Mr. Bangua, Usman Bangua, one of my friends there, when the journalist in the place. In fact, as a matter of fact, I'm here to be for appearing at the program today, but unfortunately, he get a bail, so he not going to come. So what he do? He give me a synopsis about the status of the case. You know, now Salon, they not agree to waiting at the facts of the case. They know they tell me. Whatever reason, they know they tell me. But we tell God, thank you, at least, you know, we get young people in it. That made me particularly very happy where I get me young people in here. So, me not get for rely on the government of Salon for give any information though. No. The status now, like we say, they get serious investigations we get one. And obviously, there's going to be measures that will be taken. Once they don't put all the things together, they don't put all the materials together, I mean, the Guinean government obviously go, you know, get for take actions there. I mean, people in the talk say the ambassador Salon, ambassador in Salon. No, I they talk categorically say in order in Salon, in Guinea, and the instructions what you get from a house, you go to embassy. From a house, you go to embassy. The Guinean authorities I must tell anybody, and they seriously investigate the case. People that go want for come talk say, well, look, there's a Vienna diplomatic protocol where we can to effect April 18, 1961. Yes. But like where because I take this matter up with my colleagues then they tell me, say, look, then people in the now French law they deal with. They know they deal with English law. They make them very clear, so they know they deal with English law, now French law they deal with. So meaning that if you did it, you violate, you know, the diplomatic protocol, there are obviously unintended consequences. So I asked the Mr. Bangua, when he talks about the matter, they receive the judicial attention of the people there, waiting will happen, assuming they may be able to establish a case against the embassy, say yes, the embassy actually was engaged in drug activity there. They don't get the evidence. When the man tell me say there's going to be something like a very heavy fine, one, and also the possibility for letting declare persona non grata. This is not a diplomatic language than when they say persona non grata, meaning that they will ask you for left the country. They will ask you for left the country. So, let's put all this scenario together. The fundamental question we'll ask now, how am I a diplomatic embassy will get involved? They will even allow the motorcar, because this is very established now, so that a diplomatic motorcar will assign to the Salon embassy. nine get caught up in this. And we also get for establish the fact say it was not a targeted, not a targeted. I mean, the motor car passed now a place where, you know, they don't census, it pick them up, it pick them up. Then sometimes people want to come back with the argument, so, well, okay, I mean, yes, more assume say the detector pick them up. And was that enough reason for letting search up? Well, again, like I bring this matter up to my colleagues in Guinea. They say, look, you get to understand, say, Guinea, I mean, well, the French, he put it this way, they say the French people, their law is very different from the English, how they do their own. Now, there's a precedent, you know, to this. One way they, you know, do some research, one way they follow what's happen in other countries, they want to go recall, and they give two instances there. One, there was a case na England where involved the government of Nigeria, the military government under Buhari, under EU government. There was a case there. Waiting to be the case. They may kidnap one of them, you know, most wanted people there. Then former ministers and we be leader president SAGA in government in one time, Dana Umar Diko. So waiting do. Waiting go into an arrangement with Mossad, Dana the Israeli, you know, defense, army, security apparatus. Then go kidnap him. Then kidnap the man by the trouble, Umaru Diko. But somebody see him where now he called the police. He tell the authorities there. He report that need. So waiting the government of Britain do under Margaret Thatcher, they put an SOS, they put an alert on this. So waiting the people then do, they go put they drug Umar Diko. They put on a freight, big freight, diplomatic, you know, on the freight for cargo. But then, is a security official na Stansted airport. And they this thing take place in England. It get very, very suspicious of the size of that cargo there. It became very suspicious. So he alert the authorities there. So now they talk say no that cargo there enough for go na the plane. Then give instruction. The government of Britain, then Margaret Thatcher as Prime Minister, he said no, that cargo not for go. If for it. So then come, they insist say the British government, like I say, under Margaret Thatcher, insist say they for open the container or the cargo. So Nigeria say, oh no, that not for happen. So what they do, they invoke the Vienna Convention. I mean, not just telling about that diplomatic protocol where they prohibit, any embassy person, embassy official from search, arrest, lock up, and anything. So they invoke them. Britain say no. Britain say no. They need to that standoff. They need to that standoff thing. So until we know that I'm Margaret Thatcher, that made them they call her Iron Lady. So now they open her. When they open her, now they see Mr. Diko inside the crate. They can say that thing they be very serious diplomatic, a problem between Nigeria and England, to the extent then be a cut off diplomatic ties. Then the one that always be involved in that kidnapping day, even though they worked at him, they prosecute them all and then jail them. So sometimes again, people then get to understand, say, go stretch the diplomatic, how they call them, protocol too much, you know, go scarce because country then also get the right for safeguard the territorial integrity of their own nation. So they take matters where they always think say it will promote the invested interest. So that's what Britain do. Now no, let no cascade the discussion to America. America self now is under the same diplomatic protocol with the trouble so now. When people they say now ironclad, no once you get diplomatic, how they call them, then this not go happen to you. No, not to then kind of occasionally. For example, the deputy ambassador for state of Georgia. Georgia means and soon be no say the Soviet Union be no it be not split. All the nations be not go apart. So one of them, winning Georgia, under the former foreign minister, Mr. Shevardnadze, will be the president at the place. So in deputy ambassador in Washington, yeah, the man was involved in drunk driving till he killed somebody. Well, in a situation like that, you go expect say, it will come under diplomatic immunity. Now, here's what the United States government do. The United States government make an application to the Georgian government about the seriousness of that case and say they want to pursue the matter. So what they do? There was a compromise. The compromise was that the man was charged now for drunk driving till he go kill somebody. Then the court they now convict him. Now this is of Colombia and they may try that case there. But the only thing that if for serve the jail time now Georgia. So now been the arrangement that we the United States government or the agreement that we enter with the state of Georgia. So in order also to enter for talk now, this question of you say we get diplomatic immunity, so they're not to a carte blanche. Sometimes depending on the case and depending on the government, but because like United States, so where they own then the kind of decide waiting get for happen or waiting how they want things then. A diplomat not go stretch in diplomatic immunity too much, depending on the gravity of the case. So these are the diplomatic aspect. The people that say when they say okay, you get diplomatic immunity, yes, but depending on the gravity of the offense, depending on because something like this, this case where they trouble the embassy na Guinea, where one they use the diplomatic motoka. This like the diplomatic motoka this when they use. So yes, they know put the case by the ambassador and say, yes, sir. One thing will be established now very quickly. Yes, it not be the inside the motoka. But according to me, my own sources and my colleagues in Guinea, they don't come up with the argument say the driver was under instruction for go to Salon and come back. He was under instructions for Motu Yei. Would I give that instruction then now? Would I not give that instruction then? All this go. Now that week, the Guinean government, then they pursue the matter in court. This is what my colleagues said, tell me in Guinea. Say the matter is going to be pursued in court. And if they find them guilty, there are unintended consequences. There are a host of unintended consequences. And one thing where I can say for sure, the ambassador not going to remain in Guinea anymore. It will be declared persona non grata. Now another diplomatic language that for expel and commodity. So now let's take a broader aspect of it. Like I say, now update I can for you now about the status of the case. Now, why is it that this drug activity are so it don't seem to get out of control? Because na Salon now just yesterday, one of the people that all live now, who saw me this so, he go Salon, and just last week he come back. So I meet her at the ask her, we meet at the elevator now. So I dey ask her about, I mean, the things in that. The lady, I must tell anybody the report where he give about the place, not to anything where anybody go write home about. Especially the young people them, man and woman them. The drugs have overcome them. The drugs have overcome them. But then, these are the people that they are where the government in trouble say they want to invest in human capital. How are you going to invest in human capital with that kind of a situation where the youth them where person will say na the future leaders them. Look how they non they. Look how they non they. I mean, it's really, really sad. How people then go down there now? Now, drug, why they not take on this drug business? How they not take on this drug business? I cannot imagine how people then go, take take the drugs, take them. So the question where anybody go, what's the government doing about this? What's the government doing about this? How they go able to eradicate this drug business? Why drug business don't become a way of life? For say the youth man they in a salon, they not get that yes, give what they do. Incentives they not they think other things they not the way you go say the government will put them to, they will create it for them for the because the thing is the drugs and where they take that the place is just not it's just not they of use to themselves, let alone the society. The drugs, when they talk, the drugs when they become, a kind of a fashion, and it not become very fashionable. It not they help them, it not they help the society. So you go to wonder what's going on, what has become of society. This will be a very fundamental question we will offer them, because this not to partisan businesses. This now something where don't it deep into the fabric of the society. We not for make this a partisan issue. This, as far as me concerned, this will be looked at as a national security issue. This not a national security issue. This. Now, so for look at, we Salonians, we for look this as a threat to the national security of the country. Because when people then they on they're prone for do anything. And like I say, I talked to one of my housemates in who all in there. When I ask him, for things that the lady, I must say anybody there, believe me, it looked like not seem for get any hope for Salon. And this is not a bad thing. Let us in day. We not we our country will not get hope from country. Not bad thing, and the follow not get hope from country. So what thing we now need for do though? We now need for make sure say we then at that kind of place we find ourselves now. We own job now for appeal to the young people that we did back home. Then then they call and say the politicians they get where they can call them in the top of capital investment or whatever it is. They call it human capital. But then how you want to invest in this kind of human capital so where the people there of the day they don't become a threat to themselves. So that's the fundamental question that way anybody for ask. That not the question that way anybody for ask. How do you want to invest in any kind of a people there where they don't become a threat to themselves? A threat to themselves. These are the questions way anybody for they ask itself. So, and now as it is, it's so unfortunate that I mean every now and then I look at the social media now, I look at their WhatsApp, it's like the only talk nowadays, and people they don't paint Salon so much for being a haven for drug activity there. I mean, it's really embarrassing and it's very shameful. It's very embarrassing and it's very shameful. We really don't know who side this problem they come out. Who that is responsible for the problems, this proliferation of drug business in the country, or how the government will able to tackle this. How the government will able to tackle this? Because it don't become a menace. It don't become a menace to the society. And like I said, it threats this. We go even go further for say this not a national security threat than anyhow we look at. Now it threats to the country in well-being. So the talk now today, like I say, I forgive an update about the situation Guinea. My colleagues tell me plainly, say the ambassador in a Salon. I mean, in a Guinea. We know the where they say, oh well, the ambassador he don't go to Salon. More even assume say he don't go to Salon. He's back in Guinea. And like you say, yesterday now I talked to one of my colleagues, Usman Bangua. And not only that, as a matter of fact, he even make a talk to one of the embassy workers, and the only thing more I not go call it because he get for protect his job and all that thing. But it's a such a complaint. So contrary to waiting and the tell say, oh well, the ambassador they yanda he didn't know he not in a salon. He not in a salon at all. He not in a salon. The ambassador is in Guinea. And why is he in Guinea? He is there under investigation. He is under investigation. So then they look and see how then Mr. Kamara, whatever I say, you have been convicted by Salon court. Well, I'll give you an answer to that. I don't know who school you go or what are your level of education, let alone in law. But with my own experience, having worked with a lawyer then, that's it. One, now you two things there. You get what you call jurisdiction. Okay? Waiting at jurisdiction. Who say you commit a crime? For I not commit a crime. So law gets very clear. I not commit no crime. I not commit no crime. So law get it very clear. That put this like thick skull for the masari. So these are the things about una can come at the place there. Either because of una inadequate level of education, so una can now una can. I know. When last I go to Salon, where I for commit crime day, you they commit a crime that place society you did. I not go to Salon, so how would I commit a crime yonder? But it show you, I mean, una lack of intelligence. Okay, so that's one. Number two, we make a broadcast about people using another family members and for open whatever thing whatever they can call them. We make the broadcast about that, and there's an evidence. So if the person where claim say they might line up, or then defame him. Now yeah, the broadcast take place. Now yeah. And the person he can't make a so he can't be a challenge him. Right? A challenge the person he can't make a. So for the Masai, I hope say you will be listen carefully to this. So that next week, we can expatiate and ignorance now. Right? Now being them what should they do? We tell the person they open them whatever it is, whether you say they open, something, for people then. But the person will do that, not be get the permission of the family members and now bring them up. So we go now papers they are not serve on me, they don't serve no paper on me. For the Messiah, I want to listen to this very carefully. I don't know if that's Salon, you did, that's what I did, but we in America, yeah, you get what's called due process. So I go on using now for you some lectures about the the applicability of the law. Okay, and nobody is guilty of anything until you go through the process. Waiting as see na WhatsApp group na they asiam. Na WhatsApp group na they try kids for the Messiah with all the school where you go. Now so then they do something. No. Nobody not tell me say case on me. Nobody not serve me paper. Nobody not add a column. Now social media, sir. Then I go after the so-called judge. You go be surprised at waiting the judge sent to me. The things away. He even apologize to me. I get to I keep him. I send that to some of my friends. He then who send me the talk to he then the apology because I tell the issue up with him. How you go decide a case? Now one side of more they make a judgment. So now they can't justice on again. For the Messiah, if I be very troubled about this, if I be very troubled about this, if I be very troubled about this, we live now a society where justice is not only said to be done, but it seems to be done. You also in law, you get what they call due process. Meaning that more even assume I've been committing a crime in a place. I therefore go through the due process. You get for bring the case, serve the paper, serve all the thing there, and tell me what I don't do. But one man will just go to court, nobody go complain, oh, this person I don't defame me. They will not gap and make a judgment. For the Messiah, so the school where you go now that you learn at school, you don't learn anything that quickly you get due process, you don't learn that. No wonder people then they talk about the kind of education within a salon. You see, because the ignorance by people now you can't explain that. It's so palpably alarming. You can't Kutubu, you don't convict in a court. You know, even if you not be an intelligent person, you see that the things so they tell you. This propaganda, you before say, hey, Kutuba be here, they say you get case and that die before say. Because like I say, I get an aya. It didn't aya. It didn't aya. I say an aya. I before tell you what happened. But you don't make a conclusion now. You don't make a conclusion. You don't make up. Everything a propaganda. Everything a propaganda. You think say go score a point? No. You never score a point now, oh man. The cartel say it ain't a ya. Next time way I can't for the I will give a loan. It ain't ya. Now people then advise me say Kutubu waiting the judge said we are not put them out. These same people there. Because I send that to them. At that. I send that to 2-3 people there. Now they say, we'll just left her. Not put them out there. All the communication between me and the judge. Because I take them on that. So, for the Masai, I want to give you an advice now. Right? The great English philosopher, Dana William Shakespeare, I did tell you what William Shakespeare be say. I don't know if you don't ever read about philosophers, their level of education. I don't know if you don't take you go now, then arena. But I tell you, the great English philosopher William Shakespeare said, he said, you know, one of many things that we talk, he said, before you talk, he said, think. Before you jump, he said, look. And those are very serious at talk. If you really have an intelligent person, the school where you go, the school, the school go through you. Because I want you to go sit down in a classroom. I want you to sit down there. When you get out of the classroom now, and when you kind of public, what you display there, now you go show who's kind of about, you know, school you go or book you learn. You come, you talk with conviction. When they talk about this Guinea business here, even though, yes, my sources they, because my colleagues they can say, me a journalist in Guinea, they may not give me that accreditation there. And as a matter of fact, last year, they made the journalist of the year. But even that, I not talk with certainty. I say, I talk, say, Usman Bangura say, the ambassador, they didn't Guinea. Also, I talk to a consular office where they work there. But still, I know can't talk with certainty. And they talk, say, the case, by God, like, they're going to court. But I don't go talk as if, you know, because if I can't talk things, they don't know, they'll say, well, this should not come talk, they look at now. Now, I mean, whatever they talk now, na conjecture. We go, we follow. If very possible, say, we come back now Saturday. This have been just one come no more because you don't see we I know can. So now that means so okay, now can give an update. But the update I give, I make sure say I couch in diplomatic context. I talk about the April 18, 1961 diplomatic Vienna diplomatic protocol, where they shield diplomats them from arrest, from search, from prosecution, and all the rest of it. But when I take the matter up with my colleagues and I say, no. The French way of doing things is different. They tell me that plain. I was shocked when you say, I mean, they get for take the matter going to court. I was shocked. But then again, when we flip it, and I make where I talk, I make another, I come up with another historic analysis. I talk about what happened in England between the Nigerian government under then General Buhari and Mrs. Margaret Thatcher, would be Prime Minister. In that Umaru Diko business, a later case out, what happened when they kidnapped Umaru Diko, they put her on a freight because the Nigerian military government they want her for Congo. But government alert security people them now standstill airport. Now then detect so now they say no, this car will not go. Nigeria talk say they not go open now. England say no, they go open now. Yes, they get diplomatic protocol, but Mrs. Thatcher them in the vested interest of United Kingdom. Now I mean that. And I even go further. I give another example of United States now. A former Georgian deputy ambassador in America now. When I be drunk driver taking somebody, which happen now. Yes, he get diplomatic immunity, but no. United States government say no. This you grave, very grave. Waiting happen. They carry the man to court. They convict him. The only thing will be happen. The thing where they work. The compromise it will serve in jail sentence like Georgia, not America. So all of them here. So for the Masai, when I try some of it before can and place me particularly me kutu. Before the can I cannot prepare me materials. I know the can forget caught up in propaganda. I don't talk and play me not to SLP people. I talk again. Now repeat this. I am not an SLPP person. That makes it very clear to them. I'm not holy card. I have never, from te a common Salon come now. I know one day work under SLPP. If anything, I would even be grateful to APC because now under APC again job. If anything, you get for give them credit. I don't hang around a lot of APC people there. Big people there, big people there. I have never hung around SAPP people there. So I want to make this clear. I don't know why you guys like you only therefore tag me to SAPP. I know one day the SAPP will maybe no, not doing this. I want to make this very clear. Okay? Elizabeth get in your program. Again, program. Elizabeth in program and me program. Now two different programs with the trouble now. Two. And that make not they see me there. Yeah, one taking if he get issues and question them, if he call me on the phone, but I know they see me on camera. Because I don't want to be associated. No. I am not, again, I talk this way, I'm not an SAPP, especially this SAPP, and they make this very known to everybody. I'm not. Who's I green, white, and blue, then I didn't meet. So if you not ever we don't get that, for the Masai, get this. Get this. I don't make this repeatedly. I don't make it repeatedly. I am not especially this SAPP as well. I am not part of it. They know that. Now, I don't want to know that. They know that. I mean, the only person where they criticize them. Una name una na party picking. See no evil. Hear no evil about me party them. Now that una depend. We understandable. But me not depend that. Who side green, white, and blue, then they be there. Anything where they militate against the orderly advancement of green, white, and blue, I will bring them out. Without green, white, and blue, there's no party, there's no political party, and there's no leader. My first priority is green, white, and blue. You want to call them people who are within this country here. And priority in this country first. Yeah? So, when they come there, if we get an issue with Elizabeth, please pick up on a program. Or we me a program na yeah. I know they tolerate that. No can begin to give me tag now. No, they give me tag. I don't make this that Elizabeth and column. Everybody know. Now, I mean, the only person where they appear on other platforms. I don't appear on an APC platform there. They come on talk na England. Or Mr. I call him the other guy also within England. Kuruma, please Kuruma. These are all APC platforms. Meaning that go. I'm not tied. Me neighbor, they're not tied. Me neighbor na any side. Anything they way for talk about Salon, they go talk about. You only I don't can't talk about this update about this drug business. It may not be party picking. It not going to come up. I don't going to talk about it. War before go with the facade, say, oh yeah, all done. No. By God past Saturday, me and Mr. Now when no more you get begging, if you not been get begging today, now today appear on this program today. So Mr. Fode Masari, I give you another advice again. Wait, can I listen to the topic the way they bring come up? If you not get nothing for subscribe to that, wait, understandable. Please. Not do anything for other color aggravate. I not kaya, I not be come here, I begin trouble party business. No. Neither I not be kaya, I trouble again. No. The case not on the can say, I know even like I tell you, it then a yeah. Especially the discussion between me and the judge, it then yeah. The letter was sent to the judge, and when he reply me, what he do, and like I said, I discuss with my friends, the one that was really trust, because we really want to put the letter out there. Everybody's no, could you not do that? Please not do that. Now, out of respect for my friends, and I cannot be put it, but like I say, I still get an eye. Yeah. And again, like you summary of that, I not commit no crime na Salon. No crime, oh man. I don't come on as Salon since by way of what. Nothing, I don't commit crime. And also, one of the fundamental rights where I get the right to free speech. When a Salon, once you say something when they don't want it, I lock in the whole lock you up. He also deny we can disagree with Mr. Trump with it. As long as you're not threatening them, you can disagree in policies. And the very Salionians the way can come begin to talk with Torata. 90% of the Salionians in Naya, which were they against Mr. Trump. But they don't harass them. No, nobody don't harass them. They don't go lock them up in jail. Nobody don't lock them up in jail. Why? Because now one of the fundamental concepts of a democracy when a free speech, not an exercise, free speech. A free speech now an essential ingredients of democracy. President Thomas Jefferson, the first Minister of Foreign Affairs in this country, where Nana being the third president, you know what he talk? For them, I did that for you actually, because the way I see you not look like an intelligent person. So hopefully I'll be able to impart something in your brains today. Thomas Jefferson said, "Ingo prefer for them a country where not get government, but the people, them, the citizens, they get the right for express themselves than for them a country where get government, but they're not able to express themselves." When they talk about democracy, not to forgo vote no more. If not for that, hey, Russia, then they vote na Russia. Then they vote na China. Then they vote na North Korea. But na democratic society than that? No. Na society than that where they incubate human rights and no. The real democracy for the Masai, when you muster the courage of conviction and fortitude, for call the issue as you see them, not to. There's a big difference between as you see them and as you think. The problem we're going to Salon, we don't get so hooked up to their party there. That's what they call green, white, and blue. Then they feel. We don't get nothing for those green, white, and blue. Where to get for those? We party there, we lead there. I can only tell people them, they can say, say if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come on heavy, can't sit down here. APC leader, sit down under. SPP leader, sit down under. People that go prefer for go genuflect before them party leaders and for go worship them, then they suck tip on God. When I should tell people that if it's not a joke, if it's possible for let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can't sit down with we. And so on are the SPP leader than they, are the APC leader than they. People then go come out, then go rather prefer go genuflect before them. I don't within our social media, I don't see the length where people then they go. How they attack themselves for the party and the leader there. That's not. And the miscellaneous collection of the people that with the panatia, then they can cut here already. Now, how they last year, November 5, Tuesday, November 5 last year. Salionians, they go vote in droves, they go vote in droves. They go vote. When they go vote, all they can are the ID, they go with the ID. They give them the ballot paper there. They give and go. One hala no be needed. No noise no dey. Even ten announce the result them. All man go back to the Ibale. The only time we go talk about election again now, and the next 2 years, because again midterm election and general election. But from that November, that Tuesday, November 5, when people they wait Salionians go vote. Everybody, yeah. No noise. Nobody will not be able or electoral justice. Not they think about rubbish than air. No. Where you need electoral justice, now court they go. These are the things that when they party picking and down there. We don't day on this chaos and disorder since 2018. When they say the whole election as Salon. 30 days. Take it cascade into 2020, 2023 or whatever it is. 30 days. 30 days. So these are the things that I just don't talk now. I say, una party then, they big pass Salon. Una leader then, they big pass. But me, Kutubu, Salon big pass whatever party I get for support. If there's anyone go support. Salon big pass any leader when me go support if there's any. So much so me not say any. I will always continue for pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for let it rescue Salon. I not get no problem with Salon. Salon a fine place. If Ade na America Ade today na Salon make Ade na. And I will always express gratitude. Yes, I move from Salon, I can other people in your country, just like any other person. Because one of the constitutional rights in this way I get. The right for move around. For the Masai, you need for land about that. They call it freedom of movement. It didn't have the constitution, did they? Even the United Nations Charter cover the right for move around. But that not mean say me go to a Salon under the box. I will never. Now that make this drug business they talk about her. Good number of people they don't talk about her. Instead of they talk at a national level, they talk at party level. No. These are things we don't have about the fabric of a nation. Drugs. They destroy the country. Destroy with youth. These are things that every Salonian for they talk about. Every Salonian. One will they get bad name. For say Salonian turn a drug cartel now. You not necessarily get for dinner APC or SLPP for condemn this. You as a Salonian for condemn this kind of act there. So that kind of a tag will get embarrassing, shameful. Embarrassing and shameful. But when the party picking them, we're not going to talk about that. Before that, what's na fault finding, blame game. Oh, SLPP now they say they're on drugs. That's the way Kemos say the SLPP say, oh, they say they're on drugs. This not say no. This is not a thing we get forget party label. And that's some of you they preach what they can. Some of you they use them so then places so for them make the people they understand say there are certain they call nationalism, there are certain they call patriotism. Where you put your country before any parochial consideration. Even if me not be a supporter of this government, I go still take a strong stand condemning what you know happen in Guinea. Condemning that. For not enough say where I support a party, I forgo along with them. No. This is where guys like Fode Masari them. This is where they not get intelligence for separate the country from the party. You because they support a party. Everything what the party do na the correct thing and the mentality that way guys like Fode Masari then get. Because it didn't have that party day. So everything what they do is correct. Even when the thing what they hurt the country. I mean, it says, see no evil, hear no evil, nothing about me party. No. So today, this is not a major opportunity where God give me. We can make let people they know who then are contributing you know in my political orientation. Okay? So I look at first. Even if I assume to me that a party card carrier, I mean a registered party, I don't call it. Still, anything will affect Salon negatively, I will talk about it. And now we fast for that. Una, go na SLPP party office now. Do you have a registered member of this party? In a let us show that I'm a member, registered member. And like I tell you, the SLPP when me know. A good number of people that waiting now they don't know that SLPP they don't know. And when SLPP come, they meet me all past SLPP. The SAPP will be an inclusive SAPP. I know people like Kande Bure, MS Mustafa, YDCC, Mahmoud Ahmed, Pam, Adio King, G. Dixon Thomas, H.E.B. John Nelson Williams. Name it. Different people there. Different people there. Now, only now this year, now that mean the party, that's, you know, that's nothing like that. But by God power, we're not going to use that kind of language then they mean the party, no. Or the party from Kamakwe. If you not come on a Kamakwe, you know, will be leader na APC. No, some of it. God go make then language then they God go make you not go. You forbid a leader of the party because you qualify a competent regardless of who say you come out. The day where SAPP go take a northerner, say this, now go lead with party in this election, will begin to turn it. Equally so, the day where APC say will go to a southeasterner, so you know what? This policy also, it will help with party. Will begin go forward. This is not so some of it tell for get una out of that cocoon. Una don't put una say that cocoon. Una don't so much enslave una conscience. Or because una what you mean bad? For the man say not so you are a color no more. You have to understand something in a salon. You get people in Naya who are in England, America, Germany, France. They did it. And they see what they happen. They see how the nations being governed. They see how the rule of law they work. They call the justice system. Like when you can't talk, say, me get a case are not good. You don't want to see somebody. They say they're not finding for something. They're not ever take gonna they will not go to any child. They don't serve you nothing. You glad for something like that? You glad for something like that? That for the bug your conscience. So, I want to live in an egalitarian environment where then they call equal law, equal justice. Where? So where they are not enough for talk. Where talk you didn't have no. Yeah, I can criticize Mr. Trump from January to December every day if I want. As long as you not do anything for, a bugger, because now you write that for talk. Now you write that for talk. Now the democracy, this is what they talk about. You're like quite not for go vote no more. If not that, Russia, China, North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba, hey, they go vote. Una get such a narrow concept about what's a democracy. I mean, they say elections get unintended consequences. Don't go vote no more. That are just a minute part of them. The real democracy, when people they subject themselves to the rule of law, when the citizens they get the ability for holding the leaders accountable, that is real democracy. That we not forget a democracy when are the citizens and they afraid the government. No, now the government for the citizens, that's democracy. So for the Messiah, tell God, thank you come today. I'm glad the way you provoke me. So I go, give a lot of lectures today. You really don't have a color for Lale. So that next time we come now, you will be more than circumspect with you. I not care for discuss APC, SAPP matter. What should that be? I don't hear anything about SAPP, APC. How this kind of a babala disaster, we don't before when we cut it, don't become a drug cartel. Where now Pablo Escobar now that talk the night, some of we care for talk. And I then comment in the we explain for come back for see how we go profile solution. How we able to solve this problem here? Because now the nation, then they go down the drain so. And then can't talk there 1 year. Say, but this drug here, then we youth man there. They were now we need us in tomorrow. Now we youth man in there wire. Now we need us in there wire. How go try for sensitize their psychological attitude in accepting the fact say waiting in the past so it's self-destruct. It's self-destruct. What you want to get out of you don't go take push, you don't go take out and color. Wait 5-10 minutes and what you will get out of that? The one they own and they worship when I don't put down their head. Now they don't turn with society to a drug out and color. A drug a cartel. This will be very worrisome. It will be very troublesome. Who can allow they talk issues, please? That I mean, my own program, if you observe me, the program issues, comments, and analysis. Issues, comments, and analysis. I know the car for talk. The then days and I see one major. I read about one major. Na Salon. He write about he try for well, okay, I use the word in quote educatory about the evolution of Salon military and about he say armed forces na Salon. I read the whole thing. So funny. For start, we not get armed forces na Salon for start with. You know, only that he talk about chief of defense staff. Chief of defense staff. How you go talk about a nation? The army commander, they go call a chief of defense staff. If you now watch yesterday, 2 days that I don't go yesterday, program will come out. That turn now which I put it for educate the man, for educate him, and the one that will be attend for full. Last year, last if I can, last if I can get an yeah, boss, I do a program. I'll call you what the program no sir. Thank you, sir. La now, which I do to the Naya, I don't know if not the see Naya. What I do, I make me research. I come up with 4 people there. I am Sir Tony Rather King, Sir Roland Walker, Sir Benke, and Sir Richard Knight, and the last one, Sir Gwen Jenkins. So the man talk about chief of defense staff na Salon. Hopefully, that's why they end this program here. But when they talk about chief of a nation, we get a chief of defense staff. You talk about a nation, we get army, we get air force, we get navy, and in some cases they get a marines. But particularly United States and United Kingdom, they get marines also. And at the service system that. So yesterday I lectured him on that. Within the constraints of that, the service system, you get one person, mostly like England also. The chief of defense staff, for a lot of trouble, which is your job. Then the principal military advisor to the government through the Ministry of Defense. Meaning that all the other service chiefs, the Army Chief of Staff or the Army Commander, the Navy Commander, the Air Force Commander, and the Marine Commander, they're all accountable to them. You get a council of them. Now to the Chief of Defense Staff, Chief, that means they call him Chief, the paramount Chief. He alone now they report to the government through the Minister of Defense. That they do. But Salon, we not get. If you look the army, say when you look the army, say not even an army. If anybody not believe, look at Yenga. Take today Yenga. Guinea don't grab Yenga. Guinea don't grab Yenga. If we get an armed forces, we really combat ready. They get everything. But Guinea not be able to grab Yenga. So I tell him, I say, no. We not ever use that title. The name title today, you know, for you that the army commander, because when Brigadier, the last witsman we been in at Salon, we had the armed forces Brigadier R.D. Blackie, we left 1964. The officer we succeeded Brigadier de Villas, a brigadier. The next man we come now Brigadier John Amadou Bangura. The next man we come now Brigadier Joseph Saidou Momo. Although yes, he advanced to advance. When NPRC come, then they come up with any kind of a rubbish title. Rubbish. Chief of Defense Staff. What do you talk about Chief of Defense Staff? Even the army itself, we get not anything for right home about. So some of you kind of would they use them places for the offer, little lectures. And then today some of you they can do. I know anybody can they can't begin to about APC, SFPP. No. You get the platforms they're waiting for that. They need for that. I want to make this patently clear to everybody. I know anybody bring APC, SFPP to my platform. Okay? Because one, I don't tell anybody, me not to an SFPP person. I'm not. The SFPP will be no, not doing this. There's nothing we go offer inside this SFPP. Nothing. So I rather prefer or just move away from there. Let alone APC. There's nothing I go offer an APC. Yes, I had a lot of friends in the APC. Big people there. The late Ablai Conte was a friend of mine. He even give me a job. Now, I may not be taking the job. He give me a job. I get big people in the APC. I don't interact with more APC about them past SNPP. Now, card no money I not get. I know who party card. They become, I don't believe in your the party. But if there's any political party where I get easy access to, I get easy access to APC. Because most of the Agbade we did we get that. We get that. So I would say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala boku thank you. Let Allah save that country there. Because the rates at which the country they go, especially the proliferation of these drugs, these deadly drugs, this drug business, we don't get a grip over the fabric of a society. Everybody, APCO, SAPPO, this will be a matter of concern. This will be a matter of concern, not to partisan businesses. Not to partisan businesses. This is a threat to the very citadel of the nation in well-being. This is what we all should be talking about. The looming threat, the existential threat, will hang over the country head. Not to for Kambi, he say Kutubu, you get case. I don't get no case because I don't commit no crime day. But if you feel say commit no crime, they go bring the criminal record, computer, and let body say Kutubu commit crime now. They will go take her from me. But until you come up with that, I don't want any stock anymore. Okay. Which is very important now, the black IO don't get. Now, we diplomatic post is look at like now the harbinger of drug activity. How anybody go be glad what do people they fail for realize? When they talk about Salon, they talk about APC or SFP, they talk about what the country is safe. And as some of we are prepared for protect that country there. And how do you protect it? You call the issue as you see them. Regardless of whether you support the people or not. Because they're not to the country. They're not just one individual each. Salon big person. I will always talk this word here. Any opportunity I get, any side I go always steadfastly hold on to the belief say Salon big pass. Any of we. any of which Salon be passed away. We job now for tell God, thank you, God give you a society within the cost alone. We for be very grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We therefore draw a line, a distinction between the bad thing and the party and they don't let any Salon not do anybody any bad. No? Me now one way go vow and we go testify to the fact say Salon not do anybody bad. Now the actors they way they not them bad. Not them. We for be able to distinguish that between. But we don't get so sucked up in this partisan politics that we lack the cognitive intelligence for be able to distinguish between Salon as a sovereign entity from the bad actors the way they did. What do they do? We take the bad actors and we lump them. No, I will never do that. I'll remain steadfast. I will remain loyal to Salon. I will always like Salon. And I will always pray God. Let God put Salon on the right path. I will always like Salon. Whilst are they condemning and damning of the so-called politicians, but that cannot be said about the country. The country, except Posika with empirical evidence, saying this night Salon don't do. This is what Salon don't do. This is, but once nobody not going to come up with empirical evidence for convince me, say Salon is a threat to Adenkola, be loyal to go to Salon. Finally, before I left, we see what happened in Ghana. These are the democracy that we want to see. Power from the people, by the people, and existing with the legitimate consent of the people there. Dr. Baumia, they not even not announce all the results yet. He don't call President Mahama and congratulate him. Waiting that continue. Right away, peace take over the country. Right away. Right away, that act alone. You're like the same way President George Weah did. That act alone. So if there was even this agitation, people were adding, no, that we don't die. Now governance. Now the democracy, this one, government from the people, by the people, and existing with the legitimate consent of the people there. People then get a fundamental misconception about what is rape. Rape, yes, in one sense, where like you force yourself on a woman against your wishes. But there's even such way even worse, when even a bigger rape, where a one leader in alone go decide for grab power and the country alone. Now the biggest rape than where a one leader go rape the whole country. One leader, one person. When you say no, now you go get for the day. Come what may, now you go get for the day. Come what may, no. You get for the power through the validity of the sanctity of the ballot box in a democratic exercise. We're totally unencumbered by infractions of principles. That's where they get into power. Where then in power with the waiting the majoritarians they say, hey, then get respect for you, they will let you, they will work with you. But once you get power by any kind of a Machiavellian, way, rancor and recrimination, and take place, they not go let you. The citadel of disrespect now go be your portion. So I'll make this clear to everybody. We hope say what you not happen in Ghana. By God power, that you get within our we shall go pull a loss. We don't need America or England for tell we. No, how for holy. No, we don't. You're like nobody know they tell them. Nobody know they tell America how they for govern themselves or how for whole election. No. Nobody. Why we for allow people there for tell? But when you get people like Paul Biya them, you get people like Museveni them, you get guys like Paul Kagame them. Hey, they will get for tell we. But by God power, we say we take the kind of a democratic part. We say we power. It flows from the people, by the people, and it exists with a legitimate consent. Mr. Masai go ask anybody. Say, but with that power, then go tell you with that power. Now the people. When the people then give power, believe me, you say go see. Mr. Joaguya, are they follow what they happen in Liberia? If they say that man is the man so common, he's so much there with people them. You share with people them. If they say that man have been president and our country, you don't give him believe. Why? Because why is he in power? He understands it. Now later that power, him you exercise the power on behalf of the people them. So he makes sure say he deal with them. He do, yes, he might not have lived up to the expectation. But now one thing Mr. Weirdo, who say he don't carve a name, say now man we get respect for the rule of law, now man we get respect for democracy, now man we get respect for the citizen, he go there till eternity. Yes. When they talk about big man, the guys like Mr. Weird and that the big man, because he respects the outcome of the other one. Mr. Weird was in a position for make sure say that election win. Because all that margin that after us now bring the electoral commissioner. But no. It was a hands off. Let the people then decide whether they want, let them decide. And the people then decide. The same way for Ghana. Because like me, they talk to you, aspect inordinate amount of time they decide they talk about other, for example, Nigeria, in politics in Nigeria, back to back. Because for one, Nigeria stations in Nigeria, especially Arise News, I know they listen to no how they call it a Salon. No. Because his master's voice, propaganda, misinformation, disinformation, scaffold of lies, and all that. You know, they get a journalist who go kidnap. Where you get journalists and where government they subsidize them, how are they going to be objective? But some of them begin to listen to a station in Nigeria they call Arise News, not as a journalist. How did they take a government to task? Not as a journalist, how did they take a government to task? Yes. So that kind of society they look for. Because the citizens they get for being informed about what the government they do. They have to be informed. And they get for being informed with the truth. The truth. That way they go able to make informed decisions based on what they are, you know. But look like even this year where I can't trouble now, where can you update about it? Eh? People that they talk say, oh, the ambassador did that. No, he's not there. What's wrong if they talk come about the foreign ministry come to us and look, the ambassador there and the ambassador they go to and the country they go to the leaders. What's wrong? The government accountable to the citizens them. So if I not be on they talk to them, the colleagues and again now know about this. Eh? Some platform they can say, oh no, the ambassador they not Salon. No, they. And they talk this any degree of certainty. I go on a quote me saying so Kutubu say the ambassador not in Salon, they in Guinea. And a movement from what they tell me from the house to the office for the office and the Guinean authorities and their investigations. Now take this for me. Me and Usman Bangura before they actually, but like I said, the bank normal we get. But by God power, Saturday we can. So that would how they would all get real update. I want to know about Kutenki. To the Muslim Ummah, by God power, we can begin fast. By God power, we can begin fast. The fast or the fast. Now test God, the test with Iman. For see if we really we let God, we appreciate what He don't do for we. Like we don't claim we grab, not to neighbor call we, not to telephone ring, not to fire force, but to car, not to somebody that now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make we grab, we don't claim, not to by we strength, not to by we on power, then make we grab. So for 1 month, it can't test we. They can't test we. But I want to deny ourselves all at the pleasure state. una deny una self all earthly pleasures, and devote time to me praise. Una dey praise and worship me for just 1 month. 1 month. Because for the whole year, una don't commit a lot of sins, a lot of transgressions. But na me make una na me creation. Una na me creation. I go able pardon una. Una just can't show, say yes. Una show contrition, say yes, na me say. So we go for down they go for down a foot. How they do it? With the fast. And I need for let everybody know. Nobody know they see where they fast. But one person they see when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know they fast for the icing of men. No, you don't. You don't. You they fast because you believe in her, and that the only way this way you will get salvation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are a lot of things for the 1 month. By God power, they can't start this February and March, between February and March. Therefore, deny yourself a lot of things, and a lot at the pleasure, everything, even the bedroom activities, that get for their whole. We devote her to the praise and worship of Allah. And even more important, Lord, so we will pray for the country because of the Al-Bala where the country go to. So the hope is, we were by God in power, we don't decide to go down. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for let He guide we. Because we imams security say anybody where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't misdirect, we don't misguide, in order to return to the path of righteousness. We'll be told that anybody where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't misguide, where he don't pull up in path of righteousness, he not go return it. But let me say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he not go misguide we, he will make sure we're on the path of righteousness. So me Muslim brothers and sisters, we pray say, let God make Lord all do. Lord atone for all the mistakes that we don't do. Lord do with sincerity. Lord not do no because we are friends and see we're gonna play now we'll begin pit. No, let them see we the pit for so with the fast. No. Now they say the icing of men, blasphemy. Lord do now we heart. Pray. You ask God. You ask God for let forgive you. And let He direct you to the path of righteousness. So by God power Saturday, when I don't, well, of course, my colleague in get for this program here so because it is seen that away the ship other colleagues them. So by God power, we come Saturday for get an update on the status of this case. Well, very important now they come with waiting the happen. Me, the only information the information when they come on Guinea from the journalists and I know they take no information on this case in Guinea from anybody under because they don't put a party, how they call it now, party label now. So that makes the case that I don't say nothing. I will say until Usman and Mingi do the investigation. So Saturday, by God power, we are going from we. We devote to it. And again, I didn't want anybody. I know they care for talk about APC or SFPP. Whatever, any problems, anybody get with them people, please don't ask me any question on APC or SFPP. I'm not part of them. Nobody know hire me. Nobody know make me the spokesman or the propaganda agent or the ventriloquist. No, I'm not. So I don't want no question whether for doing SFPP or APC. I know they work for them. They don't know me. They don't know me. I didn't tell anybody. I hear about them. I don't meet and I'm not sure I don't meet with any of them, including the leaders of in Canada. So when we cap up the program, I don't want any distraction. And where I can not only how they call it, that kind of global matters, and I mean they can't discuss. I make I spend inordinate amount of time at the research, at the read, at the see what they happen. Until then, I want hand over everybody to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hope say how can we be similar like money with end up with Alhamdulillah. Until then, you guys will get a very safe and blessed day.